Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton, here with Brandon. 5 cards, 5 minutes returns with uncommons and commons from Fate Grand Order Camelot. Brandon, what's our first card?
First up, we have Ceremony of the Sacred Choice. This is our 1/0 yellow event. You have to have a character with King of Lions in name, or else it can't be played. Notably, the Brainstormer that we talked about before, the level 0 Agravain, does have that in name. So either the Saberface or that specific Brainstormer, you need to have one of those in play. To be able to do this, you can choose one of your characters, put this underneath as a marker, and then it gets 1,000 power. Look it up to 4. Of the top of your library, choose one character and then add it to hand with the rest of the waiting room. If you do put this underneath the Agravain that we mentioned, this would go straight to waiting room, but you still perform the effect of look at 4, choose one.
It's the classic 1/0 event that top checks 4, but it has a little bit of added synergy, and there are a couple of different directions I think that players could take this. It'll be interesting to see how it gets played. Next, Bedivere, returning the Holy Sword. 3/2, 10,000. If it's in the front row, everybody gains another 15. Combos with the salvage, pay 4, ditch 2 at the end of this card's attack, deal 3 twice, and send this to memory. I like this with the King of Lions top end that we talked about last time. Leave 2 of those essentially yo-burn profiles on board, and 1 of these. You can create enough stock to pay for this effect. Basically, try to swing for 3 7 times.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely the closer for the Camelot deck that you want to be running. Being able to just continually stack burns and then deal additional burns at the end. This is what you want for your closing swing, 100%. Next up, we have this level 0 Tristan. This is our climax swap, so pay 1, discard a climax, salvage a climax. It also has the ability of when you place the climax down on stage, you can give one of your characters an ability that when they get the reverse, you can kick that character to stock. So it is able to kind of go around those things like Encore.
Anything that can get rid of Rugia, anything that can get rid of those 2/2 standby targets with hand encore, anything that can get rid of Choo-2, this can deal with it if you can reach that power threshold.
Climax swapping into the climax you want to play. So it's already on field and gives you an additional bonus for that.
Next, Tristan, becoming a monster. It's a level 0, 500 power. All of your other knights gain 500 power. When you trigger a climax with 2 soul triggers, you can pay 1, choose a knight card in your waiting room, and return it to your hand. Pays out the climax, salvages you something from waiting room, and more importantly, rewards you for playing 8 2 souls. Truly becoming a monster.
Having this support for essentially the 2 soul icon, that is really interesting, especially in the context of the set, especially in combination with this next card. The 2/1 Tristan, if it has a marker, it gains 2/5 power, and its power can't be reduced by your opponent's effects. So it's going to be that 2/5 power if it has a marker underneath it. And then it gains the ability of when you deal damage and it's canceled if the 2 soul is in your climax zone and you have another knight character. You can choose one of 2 effects. Either stock 3 knight characters from waiting room, or choose a level 1 or lower on your opponent's back row and put it into waiting room. So you can either stock charge, like pretty crazy, or remove one of your opponent's characters just instantly when they cancel damage. So they're not advancing further in levels, getting access to more things at that point, and you're removing cards from their field or drastically increasing your stock count to be able to play more cards down.
We're seeing more decks that play these, 1/1 back row kind of pieces. Something that comes down at level 1, or even just something that crutches on a Brainstormer or something else that's important for their package. And this can immediately deal with that and force your opponent to have to find a way to get it back. So that's a useful ability, but I think even more impressive is the ability to just immediately stock 3 clean from waiting room whenever you get a cancel. 2 soul Roundtable Knight Tribal is a deck, and I'm very curious to see what people try to do with it. And that's all we've got. Thank you for joining us. We will be back on Tuesday with a Camelot deck tech, followed by Camelot gameplay on Thursday, another Clock Talk the following Tuesday, and in 2 weeks more 5 cards, 5 minutes, we're talking about Tokyo Revengers. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
We'll see you then.